Hello, Nigeria. There's no better place to be, so don't you ever change that dial. What's up, everybody? It's Kabam Zasukwa, and you're watching Hello, Nigeria.
Hello and welcome back. It's time for us to have, to talk to our guest this afternoon. I'm really excited about this one because it's something a bit different from what we usually have. Now, we've had a variety of guests on Hello Nigeria. We've had people who are into entertainment, who are into showbiz. We've had artists, but we actually don't really focus on kids' entertainment. Would you take your kid for a concert, or how do you keep them entertained? Well, this afternoon, we have the founder of Team 5 Kids, whose job it is to keep your children happy, entertained. She'll be telling us how she started, how she got into this industry, this emerging industry, and what she's learned so far, and hopefully talk about the evolution of kids entertainment in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please make very welcome LOLADE Agbetusin, founder of Team 5 Kids. Hello, LOLADE.
Hi, Ayo. Thank you.
Great to have you on the show.
I'm really excited to be here as well.
I'm really good. I mean, I look at you, before I go on and talk, I'm attracted to the pictures you put up about the fun you seem to be having.
Oh, yes.
It's, for many people, it's not even work. It's like, oh my goodness, this is a dream job. This is and even the creativity as well. I mean, look at that. You literally put yourself into the character of the different things that you get into. Now, I have a big question, but I have a question before that big question.
All right.
The big question is, this looks like it costs a lot of money. In the past, when it has to do with children, with kids' parties, you just have something in the backyard, call a few people, call an emaciated...
Family and friends. You mean the mascot?
Costume, yeah, the mascot, call family and friends. But look at this. This is professional service, and it looks like people's budgets have quadrupled, have multiplied, but... That's something I'm going to say for later.
Okay.
First of all, how did you even get into this? You have 17 years experience working in kids' entertainment. How did you get into it?
Okay, let me say, I like to tell people that I sort of stumbled into it because 17 years ago, that was precisely 2001. Yeah. The lady who happens to be my mentor, she's like a big sister to me as well, she started this business then. And then I was fresh out of secondary school, waiting for JAM, uni, and all of that. So I was working with her. I started with her when she started. I started first as a front desk person, was like a, holiday job and everything. And then when the party started proper, I used to go out with her and everything. I've handled face painting, I kind of proceeded with her from the very beginning and all. Then, of course, school came, and I was still doing it on the side. I was making money on the side, weekends, because, of course, my lectures...
in university?
Oh, yes. My lectures were Monday to Friday, no weekend lectures. Yeah. And then on the weekend, there's a party. I'm with her, and then you get paid for the day and everything. So, in all honesty, I didn't see myself doing what she did then, which is what I do currently now. I was like... I tell people I'm a shy person. They go,
you're a shy person.
What do you mean?
I can't believe it.
I am shy, yes. I was a shy kid, a very shy kid. Yeah. But then again, I think the way I evolved, it was a case of, look, what's the worst that can happen? Just do it. So that's how I used to push myself then. Because when she first told me, the first time she said, oh, LOLADE, I'm having 2 events, you're going to do one. And I said, me? It's not possible, I can't. I won't. She kept telling me, what do you mean you can't? And then eventually, she made me do it. I wasn't ready for it. She just said, you know what? I'm booking you for this. You've worked me over time. I know you can do this. So she actually pushed me into it.
So she pushed you into doing this. You took it on full, even though, like you said, you happened to it because it wasn't something you planned. What did you study in university?
I read history and strategic studies.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. So you followed your passion?
Oh, yeah. Well, for uni, I was, after uni, more like, and then post-NYC, I was looking at... I really wanted to be in the aviation industry. I don't know, maybe it was just the glamour I was looking at, I don't know. Yeah, but I ended up in the banking industry. Yeah. And right after that, I was in telecoms. It was a short stint. My paid employment was about three years in total. Yeah. But I'd also had this dream because this lady I'm talking about, she mentored me in so many ways, besides the business aspect, even family life. So I'd always had this dream where I wanted to, when I get married and I start having kids, I want to be available. When I say available, I want to be the one doing my school run. I want to be the one with my kids one-on-one. I really didn't want to subcontract that job. Yeah. So I already had that in mind that, look, I wouldn't mind being in this kind of industry as well. So after school, NYC, paid employment, and then I thought, at this time, I was already doing other events. When she has more than one, I'm doing it. It was automatic. I worked with her that long. you're doing this one, you're doing this one. And I'd understudied her, you know, and then she felt very confident because she wouldn't put me out if she wasn't confident that I could handle the job. So she would get good reviews that, oh, this girl, she's really good, you know, that kind of thing. She would say, oh, if you've seen her, you've seen me, that kind of thing. So my confidence also, I bit my, I was like, oh, well, I think I'm doing a good job if people like what I do and everything. Yeah. So it was, after the payday, I was like, come on now. This is something that will give me time Monday to Friday. Yeah. And then I get busy weekends. And, you know, so there's still time for kids, there's time for family, and then the weekends will probably be my own weekday, so to speak.
And it's all just of that. 2 days
and I thought it was perfect. Like, look, for the kind of life I really would love to have when I have children and I'm married, this is just perfect.
I mean, you paint a very ideal picture, and I hope some people, I'm sure some people are thinking of a career change at the moment, particularly mothers. But what does it take to be a successful kids entertainer?
I was going to get to that, because, you know, the first thing you go is, oh, it looks easy, it looks glamorous. It's a lot of work. People, I think the average person is not very, you know, it's one thing to have kids. It's one thing to entertain kids. Kudos to teachers out there, you know, because, yeah, that used to be a passion too. I wanted to teach when I was a kid, so I think it's the closest I've gotten to it, which I really love, because I don't have to be in the classroom, we're having fun, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that you need to be passionate about it. You can't just wake up and say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to carry the mic and then say, come, You have to be into them. When I say into them, you are connecting with them. They, you know, over time, I'm really glad for where I've gotten now, because, you know, over time I realized, you know, and then there's something I tell people that I have. I think it's a gift. I really believe it's a gift. I remember names easily. When I'm at work, I'm calling out the kids'
names. And children will feel so special.
You know, it's personalized in a way. When I'm calling, you know, some parents take a double, like, is she a teacher? How come she knows your name? That kind of thing. So that's a plus. You know, I really, really am proud of that. So when I'm playing at parties, I'm calling children's names one-on-one, and then you're interacting with them. And then entertainment, you're talking about from 0 to, okay, let's say like 13. For those are the ones that have parties for kids like that. So my point is, you have to have something for every age. You know?
In one party,
right? Yes. Because the average Nigerian party, you have the toddlers, you have the 4 or 5 year olds, you have the, and then maybe the celebrant is 10. So you're going to have the celebrant and her age group as well as a few older. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And her
so it's always a mix. Always a mix.
Now going back to my question that I didn't quite ask at the beginning, but I alluded to, and that is the fact that things have changed. When you first started in 2001, I'm sure you know that there's a big difference from what obtains today. We see some of your pictures, and we see how you have to look glamorous yourself. It's almost like a red carpet event. So tell us, what's been how has it evolved? How has kids entertainment evolved?
Let me say something before I answer that question. I would say what you see right now, which is my brand, is like me carving a niche for myself. Because, of course, there are other entertainers in the industry, but I honestly personally don't know anyone who does it like I do. It's not being proud, but, you know, after a while, when you like,
have to own your business.
Oh, yes, what I'm saying is that I'm not, you know, knocking anyone's hustle, but what I'm trying to say is that, you know, after being there for so long, I kept looking at what can make me stand out, what can make me look different. So what you see on my Instagram page, all the dressing up, is what I came up with over time. Like, look, you give me a theme, I have to go with the theme all the way. Now, let's talk about the evolution. Like you said, you know, when we were kids at parties then, parties didn't go beyond, you know, get the cake,
get your rice,
music, you have to eat. And then what we call parcel. You know, now it's party pass. Parcel and stuff like that. Do you understand? It was pretty easy. We did have entertainers then. I don't know if you remember.
Yes, I remember.
And do you remember there was sort of male-dominated?
Yes, you hardly see women.
I don't even remember ever seeing a female entertainer when I was growing up and going to parties like what we have now. And then, of course, with the influence of social media, and then you know how we have created, you know, they say the world is a global village now, it's getting smaller. You're seeing, because what we get as themes are what kids are watching, you know, their favorite TV program. I've done parties where it's the kids' favorite thing, reading a book, a story, So, you know.
So who comes up with the themes? Is it you or the parents?
No, not
or
the
do
parents.
You suggest?
I get the brief. No, sometimes I get parents who ask me, my daughter is turning 10, I really don't know what we want to do. I suggest. I do that once in a while. I give them variety of, oh, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this. And then, but more than half the time, you have the parents and then the child. When the child is older, they get to have a say.
They know what they want.
But when you're talking about, you know, the 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, you tend to get for the girls, the princess, and, you know, there's some pretty common themes you get and all of that. But what I'm trying to say is that the Nigerian parties, the kids' parties we have now, it starts with a theme, you know, and then everything goes in line with it. You should see the decor. You know, that's another aspect of this business
entirely. And the
entirely.
parents are willing to pay. Obviously, when it comes to children, they say the business of children is usually quite lucrative because parents don't want to hold back.
Oh, well, yes. I like to believe that because sometimes when you start telling them this is what I charge, But let me say one thing. What I was trying to say is that, you see from the decor, and then even when we were having parties then, you probably get, there was not like popcorn, ice cream, candy floss.
Just normal rice.
But now that's like average. You have to have popcorn, candy floss, ice cream, and then you're talking about waffles. It's a big industry, if I may say. Yes. Well, then
this is important because all of a sudden the wedding industry in Nigeria, there was a boom.
Exactly.
It's created more employment for Nigerians. More entrepreneurs have come up, and again now we see that the kids entertainment industry
is going in that direction.
So if you are wise, you want to start thinking of how you can you can tap into that, and that's brilliant.
Yes.
And that brings me to my next question: how lucrative is it? Is it enough for you to sustain your livelihood with your income from there?
Oh yes, with what I do, yes. Then again, I'm going to say something. You know how you have, there's a level for every, like my market. Some people come and be like, oh, well, okay, maybe another time and everything. But for what you want, there's one thing I tell people. There's something for everyone. Do you understand? Somebody might tell, oh, well, she charges this. And I'm like, madam, if I was to tell you I teach in your kids' school, I'm sure you'd be happy to hear that. Yeah. But that other one that you want to, for that price, if I was to tell you that's going to be a child's class teacher, would you like that? And then, oh, yeah. Because a lot of people look at this entertainment and like, oh, it's not just to play with the kids. It is not just to play with the kids.
A lot of thought.
And you understand? Even the way you speak, the way you interact with them is very important.
All right, final question. Yes. Our time is fast spent, but I need to ask this question. Yes. I'm sure you have a number of people in your employment, because you can't do it on your own. You have
of course.
People who would work with you in a job.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in recent times, we've had more stories of pedophilia. Parents are a bit more aware as to who comes in contact with their children. How do you vet your workers to ensure that they are child-friendly and they won't put your business and your brand to disrepute?
No, of course. Well, first and foremost, for me, I'm also particular about stuff like that. I don't want to use the word paranoid, but I'm close to that when it comes to kids and, adult interaction, all of that. Yeah. Yes, I train my workers and all of that. But then again, because you don't work alone in this industry. Like, I'm just one aspect. There's the decorator, there's this, there's who's bringing that and all of that. Yeah. So people generally, and then the other aspect is more female, and women and their intuition. Yeah. You obviously want to employ someone that is already dodgy and everything like that. Yes, we keep that in mind. And then parents, most of these parties, parents are there. Yeah. You keep your eyes on your words as well. You just don't leave it, oh, I came to a party and then let your child go.
So parents have a huge responsibility
as
well.
Yes.
And that's brilliant. Now, I think your passion for your work is unmistakable. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Now, her Instagram handle has been scrolling on your TV screens. If you want to talk to her, ask questions, perhaps you want to venture into this line as well, you might want to follow her, Team 5 Kids.
Yeah. Thank you better love kids.
Much. You better love kids because they can be, funny. But you have to love them.
Sorry, let me quickly chip this in. For those, I think it's so easy. There are times the kid wants to be, but you have to make them have fun.
Yeah, you have to have fun. You have to be willing to deal with as children from a wide variety of backgrounds as well.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
It's been wonderful having you. Hope to see you again on the show.
I hope you guys.
All right, we have been speaking to LOLADE Agbetusin, founder of Team 5 Kids, and obviously very passionate about children and kids entertainment.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.